Hey everyone, it's Kevin. In today's video, I'm going to tell you what the worst vegan foods are. If you haven't already, hit the subscribe button and don't forget to check out some of my free resources below. Don't forget to check out my signature program, the Empowered Eating System. You can enroll today. I'm making this video because a lot of healthy people go vegan and a lot of people with EDs go vegan. A lot of times a vegan diet can mask an eating disorder. So I hear this a lot. I did it to be healthier. I did it for the planet. And the real reason is you wanted to lose weight and be skinny. That's not always the case. There are a lot of healthy vegans and there are a lot of good reasons to go vegan, and I'm not going to list what those reasons are in this video. But there are a lot of bad vegan foods, and just because something is vegan doesn't necessarily make it healthier. Food manufacturers know this, and they take advantage of our own psychology. They put words like gluten-free, vegan, fat-free, salt-free, whatever free on the package to make it look like it's healthier than it actually is. The truth is, a vegan diet can be really unhealthy, and just because it's vegan doesn't make it healthy. So put away those chips, soda, and popcorn, all vegan by the way, and watch this video. What are the worst vegan foods? Let's take a look. Okay, the first one is not necessarily a food, but it has calories and it has sustenance, and you can buy it just about anywhere, and it's juice. Juice can be healthy, and it does serve a purpose sometimes. If I don't want to have solid food, or if I don't want to have any digestive problems, I just want to give my digestive system a break, I will drink juice. I'm not scared of the sugar, I'm not scared of the fructose. But too much juice can be a problem, especially if you have blood sugar issues. It is a concentrated form of sugar, and it doesn't provide the satiety that normal food does. You have to chew normal food, and I think that chewing sensation provides a certain level of satisfaction. That's why I'm not a big fan of juice diets. I know there was that movie called Fat, Sick, and Nearly Dead, and he drank green juice for 60 days. It's great entertainment and it is inspiring. It just doesn't work for most people. That doesn't mean juice is necessarily bad. If you need to drink juice because it's more convenient, fine. A lot of people have orange juice in the morning to complement whatever else is in their breakfast. That's fine too. Unless you have blood sugar issues or you're diabetic, you don't have to avoid juice at all costs. Juice is sweet, it's tasty, and it is a good way to get some vitamins and nutrients, but there's no fiber, it does have sugar, and it's not as satiating as food. If you're gonna buy juice, make sure it is a reputable manufacturer. Bolthouse Farms is a good one. Naked is okay. I think that's a Pepsi subsidiary. Doesn't necessarily make it bad or good. You can also go to a juice bar if you want to and have somebody make your juice. It can be really refreshing, especially on a day like today. Just watch the sugar, watch the calories, and don't drink it habitually. Okay, the next one is one of my favorites. It is energy bars or snack bars or protein bars or whatever you want to call it. I used to eat a lot of these, and in fact I used to binge on them quite a bit because they're tasty, they have a lot of sugar, a lot of energy, they're really fun to eat. Open the box and I can have 6 of them in a row. Yeah, I did that a lot. Damn you, Cliff Bar. There's so many different varieties now, and I remember one time I made this contest to see how many different snack bars I could eat. I think I got up to 300 at one point. Yeah, there's always a different one. They're everywhere. They're easy to eat. You open the wrapper, you eat it. They're basically glorified cookies if you think about it. They have a little bit of protein, they have a little bit of, I don't know, vitamins and some minerals, and then they call it an energy bar. It's basically a cookie with protein, okay? They even have protein cookies now. I've seen those. Those are okay. I just figure if you're gonna get protein, have a protein shake, and if you're gonna have cookies, have a cookie. It's kind of like mixing business with pleasure, and it doesn't work. If you want to have a protein bar a day, fine. It's not a bad way to get your protein, especially if you're like me and you don't eat a lot of meat. And you can get 20-30 grams in a bar. Personally, I like a protein shake, fewer ingredients, it's simpler. A lot of these protein bars have a lot of questionable ingredients. No one ingredient is going to kill you, but I like to keep it simple. And these energy bars are really bingeable, they're really tasty, they're really exciting to eat. On the same aisle, you can find cereal. How many different kinds of cereal are there? Hundreds? I don't even know, I lost track. Yeah, this is Special K. When I was growing up, my nickname was Special K. Okay, my name's Kevin. Get it? Haha. But Special K is not a bad cereal. It's kind of girly, if you ask me. My favorite was always Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Listen, it's vegan, and a lot of people start the day with cereal. I think a better option is to have quinoa or oats, something that you have to cook. Cereal is fun. It's great for the kids. Usually has tons of sugar to make it taste good. Here's a confession. I have binged on Special K, and I have binged on Puffins. Yeah, puffins. Those cute little birds on front of the box. Yeah, I ate the whole thing. Sad. If you want to have something that's healthier and a little more sensible, you can have bran flakes. Those are not very exciting. Just have your oats. Steel cut oats are the best. You can do overnight oats. You can do the rolled oats, whatever. The rolled oats are going to have fewer ingredients, a little more fiber, and it's not going to be as exciting. But you know what? When you grow up and you're trying to recover from an ED, less exciting food is better. So watch the cereal. If you're going to have something fun like Fruit Loops or Cinnamon Toast Crunch, make it a dessert, make it a treat. Just don't make it your daily breakfast. Further down the aisle is granola. This is basically a glorified cereal. I don't know why granola ever took off. You take a bunch of oats and some nuts and you drizzle it in maple syrup or honey or whatever, and you have granola. The problem with the granola is it seems healthy, but it's not. It's just a lot of sugar and it makes a huge mess. You pick it up and there's just crumbs everywhere. It's the worst. It's worse than cereal. Now they have protein granola. That's another way manufacturers appeal to your psychology. They put the word protein on it and all of a sudden it's wonderful. I remember one time I saw protein Cheerios. Yeah, why would you put protein in Cheerios? I don't know. They have to come up with new stuff all the time to make you buy it. But granola is definitely a bingeable food. You open it, you eat it, and it's a lot of sugar and usually a lot of fat. So what could be better? Granola is a condiment. You put it on yogurt, I guess. But I don't eat it out of the bag. You could easily eat hundreds and hundreds of unnecessary calories. You're not going to feel that satiated, and there's going to be crumbs all over your desk. I just mentioned yogurt, and you're thinking, why would you mention yogurt? I'm glad you asked, because they have non-dairy yogurt. Non-dairy yogurt is not that bad. I've had the soy yogurt. It's okay. It tastes like regular yogurt. A lot of it has sugar, but I'm not a sugar phobe, and I don't think sugar is all that bad. So if you want to have some soy yogurt, that's fine. Some soy yogurt and a little bit of granola on top can be a really good breakfast. So soy yogurt is not necessarily something that you should avoid, but what you should avoid is the soy ice cream. For whatever reason, they just have not come up with a viable alternative to dairy ice cream. The non-dairy alternatives are usually more expensive. They don't taste the same. They don't have as many flavors. They're not that good. I figure if you're going to have ice cream, just have the real ice cream. Trust me, you're not committing a sin if you have a little bit of ice cream. If you're like me and you're vegan 95% of the time, then just have regular ice cream. If you're a hardcore vegan and you never want to have animal products again, fine, have your soy ice cream. I'm just telling you, it's not the same and it's way more expensive and it doesn't even taste as good. I know almond milk is a big thing. It's a really popular alternative to regular milk, but I've never liked it. It just doesn't have a great profile. And what I mean is it's all fat, not a lot of protein, not a lot of sugar or sweetness, especially if you get the really low calorie kind. Personally, I prefer soy milk. Okay, no, soy milk will not give you man boobs. It's okay. I like soy because it has a little bit of fat, a little bit of carbs if you get the vanilla, and some protein. I find it to be more complete. It has better macros is what I'm trying to say. Almond milk is nothing. It's just like a little bit of fat and emulsifier, and it looks white, and it's, I guess it serves as a good base for a protein shake. This channel would not be possible without Essetino Artists. If you want to start producing your own content and start your own YouTube channel, then check out the Creative Business Academy. There is a link below. Alright, back to the video. The next one is chips. I love chips. Chips and guac, it's one of my favorite snacks. It's a great party food. I love going to Mexican restaurants and they have that hot basket of chips. I eat so many chips, I don't even want my meal. That's how many I eat. But chips are vegan. It's corn, salt, and oil. That's it. It's pretty simple, right? 3 ingredients. But they're so easy to overeat. You open the bag and you can easily eat 50 chips. And you're like, oh my god. And there's salt and there's crumbs everywhere. Chips are, I don't want to use the word addictive, but they almost are in a way. They're so good. They're so salty and crunchy. Watch the chips. I only have chips at parties now. That's my limit. Unless I go to a party and somebody brings chips, then I just don't have chips. Okay, because they're not really filling. Because it's fried corn. They're not designed to be filling. They're designed to be a good snack. So watch the chips. The Fritos, the Mission chips, the Salditas, whatever local varieties that you have. I don't care if they're blue corn either. That doesn't necessarily make them healthier. Or the ones with the little flax seeds in the middle. Again, it's another gimmick. It's another way to make something that's not really healthy appear healthy. The next one is rice cakes. Rice cakes. Who invented rice cakes? Okay. This is the ultimate diet food. It's the ultimate food for anorexics. Really, I think an anorexic created the rice cake because it's crunchy, has a little bit of salt, sometimes a little bit of sugar if it's like caramel or cinnamon or something. But there's nothing in it. It's just air and carbs, and you can easily eat 5 or 6 of them and still not feel satisfied. I think that's the point, is that you can eat a lot of it and not eat too many calories. That's the point, but it doesn't fill you up. It's not satisfying, doesn't taste good. Just stop eating the rice cakes. The next one is obvious, but it's still vegan, and that's candy. I'm not talking about Milky Way or Snickers or Twix bars because that's obviously not vegan. There's no chocolate in it. But all of the other stuff like the Sour Patch Kids, the Skittles, the Starburst, that's all vegan, right? So I guess some of them have some non-vegan ingredients in them if you look hard enough, but really, for the most part, it's vegan. Again, it proves my point. Just because something is vegan doesn't mean it's healthy. Sugar is vegan. You could eat sugar from the bag. I've eaten brown sugar from the bag. It tastes great. Doesn't mean it's healthy. My point is, all of these snacks are vegan, but not necessarily good for you. I could also add soda to this. Soda is vegan. It's just sugar water, right? That's vegan, but not really healthy for you. You could have potato chips and soda and be a really unhealthy person. The next one is white bread. I like bread. I eat quite a bit of bread. It has fiber, protein, a little bit of fat, carbs. I can take it anywhere. It's good with jam. It's good with peanut butter. It's a really versatile food. Everybody around the world eats some form of bread. Maybe not everybody. But if you're going to get a bread, get something that has a lot of good stuff in it. Get stuff with iron and magnesium. Get stuff with whole grains. But white bread it's chewy, it's soft, you put your fingers on it and you can see your indentation. It doesn't have the fiber, it's not as filling. It spikes your blood sugar if you don't eat it with anything else, which I guess is rare. But why would you eat white bread? What's the value there? Why don't you just have whole wheat bread? Why don't you have something with 22 grams of whole grains? Why don't you have the really good stuff? The whole grain bread they make today is a lot better than it used to be. Back in the day, whole grain bread really sucked. It tasted like cardboard. It wasn't that good. I can understand why people 20 or 30 years ago didn't want whole wheat bread. There's no excuse now. There's so many good manufacturers of whole wheat bread. Just have the whole wheat. If you're going to have bread, get all the nutrients that you can. The next one is honey. Honey developed a really good reputation over the last 10 or 15 years, ever since I entered the health space. Especially the raw honey, not the one like the teddy bear one where you squirt it. I don't think anybody ever thought that was healthy, but the raw honey, that gets a good reputation. Honey is fine. It's all natural. The bees make it, right? And you can put it in your tea or your coffee, I guess, and make it sweeter. I mean, it tastes great, don't get me wrong, but it's still a very concentrated form of sugar, and you should watch out for that. If you take a giant serving of honey, that could easily be 20 or 30 grams of sugar that you weren't expecting. Otherwise, there's not a lot of good stuff in honey. They use honey for wound care. Some nurses have like the Meta honey. I mean, that's not what I'm talking about, but honey has its purposes, just like everything in this video. It has a purpose, but go easy, okay? Watch the serving sizes, watch the sugar. The next one is anything gluten-free. A lot of these gluten-free snacks, they're not good. Unless you have celiac disease, you shouldn't be eating these, really. Why would you eat gluten-free pretzels when you can eat regular pretzels? Why would you have gluten-free cookies? I mean, why? There's so many other alternatives to gluten-free cookies. A lot of these gluten-free products aren't necessarily vegan. Some of them are, but it proves my case again that if you put something like gluten-free on a box, it makes it appear healthier and people feel like they can eat it ad libitum, or as much as they want. Just buy real cookies, buy real chips, buy real snacks. Gluten makes everything better. So unless you have celiac disease or a severe gluten intolerance, just buy gluten. And finally, this is my bonus, it is alcohol. I'm beginning and ending this video with non-food substances. I started with juice, and then I mentioned soda, and now I'm talking about alcohol. I don't drink so this has never been a problem for me. But alcohol is what, wheat and sugar, or ethanol. It's kind of the same. If you're trying to cut back on calories, if you're trying to lose weight, alcohol is an obvious place to start. It's not filling, doesn't give you any nutrients, it serves no purpose other than pleasure, which is fine. But when you're trying to lose weight, when you're trying to recover from an ED, sacrifices need to be made. Cutting back on alcohol, it increases your testosterone, which is really important if you're a dude, and a lady too. It improves mental clarity, it makes you healthier overall, it makes it easier to lose and maintain your weight loss. If you like alcohol, that's fine, just understand what the hazards are. Alcohol is a great way to socialize. Everybody in the world drinks. It's a universal phenomenon. I get it. You're just gonna have to make trade-offs. What are some other vegan products that aren't that healthy? Let me know in the comments below. Hope you found this video educational and entertaining. Don't forget to subscribe and check out some of my free resources below. And if you liked this video, I'm sure you'll like one of the other videos that you see on the screen. Click one of them, and I'll see you there.